just a week ago. Riding through the hood with my speakers low. I wish a nigga would try my peoples though. We out back staking houses when the beef would go. Oh, tiptoeing in my Jordans. White or brown, look up, pick your poison. They ain't patting down what? Okay, if God bring the fours in. Hip full of heat and it's scorching, scorching. We don't talk too much, you niggas overshare. Only time to function jumping when we over there. Yeah. It's that UPK soldier gear, REI ice with the fur like a polar bear. And my shorty, she a rider, pistol in her purse like to hide her. Monet in her power, only operate how I allow her. You just talk the game, Colin Coward. I'm fresher than the produce at Whole Foods. You ain't stepping how I'm stepping, that's my old shoes. Told you you ain't fucking with me and that's old news. We'll record you beat up on camera, not nigga, this the vibe. We the realest niggas at the tribe. Feel it, put your pistols in the sky. You know this the vibe. Playing like you got a lot of lives. Really, nigga, you don't wanna die. You know this the vibe. Nigga, we the realest at the tribe. Feel it, put your pistols in the sky. You know this the vibe. Playing like you got a lot of lives. Really, nigga, you don't wanna die. You know this the vibe. That UPK cover got some stripes on it. G-shot, not a lot of ice on it. Not a lot of niggas take this price shit. I can bet my life on it. You'll get your shot and go light on it. I go tie game OT, last bucket of the night, and go mic on it, sights on it. I don't need a beam. Make a nigga wake up like a fucking bad dream. You sent shots, I'm sick of her fucking vaccine. Yeah, I mean, I ain't a killer, Brody. I ain't had to be one. But get it twisted, I start to popping like I'm rerun. Living like a sucker ain't no option. Where we from? I was told go and get a gun and keep one. Tribe vibes got me feeling like a wise guy with some mob ties. While you wearing purses, nails painted like some mob wives. I advise you to follow rules we abide by. You ain't got the app, get the side. It's the vibe. We the realest niggas at the tribe. Feel it, put your pistols in the sky. You know this the vibe. Playing like you got a lot of lives. Really, nigga, you don't wanna die. You know this the vibe. Nigga, we the realest at the tribe. Feel it, put your pistols in the sky. You know this the vibe. Playing like you got a lot of lives. Really, nigga, you don't wanna die. You know this the vibe. Niggas at the tribe.
68, 68. The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. This time it was gonna be ships. By way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there it shall be sold unto your enemies for bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you. We hit these shores, we were sold for slave man and slave woman.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're
Whoop! Whoop! We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it. They want a fame, they want a clout. That's why they doubt. I got them black, I want a class. And I shut my mouth. This was way before polite. Before I came to campsites, I came broken and contrite. I just wanted to live right, clean my soul and give my life. Had to give up all my vice. I got a fog out my head. I was raised from the dead. I put down that weed and I cut off my dreads. For before I could lead, I had to learn to be led. Now I'm a bad motherfucker. Walk around and I straight flex on suckers. No one specific, I'm talking to all of you busters. Straight from the gutter, me and my brother, we the long supper. Now, running it like a conductor. Hebrew Academy, I'm the instructor. 14 written all on my cover. Men of war like we hopped at a Hummer. Look like you wanted my trooper could cut you. There is one camp, there is not another. One west, you UPK, one West, UPK, one West, one West, one West, UPK, one what, UPK, one what, UPK, one what, one what, UPK. Me and all of my Oyes, hold it, shit down, right here, all day. Shalom, wagwan, sa, say is we, damn niggas, yatu, sabe, hey. We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it.
Beaten to death. Correctional officer.
Gonna save all them tapes right there. Yo. And then the reading right here is, she asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely. 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 And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me. Best salute me. Absolutely. She asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me. Best salute me, absolutely, absolutely.
Bible in my right and a chopper in my other hand.
Everybody is trying to find and recreate their identity of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Every few years, black people get a new identity.
America wants the black man, the Latino man, the Native American man to his blood, sweat, and tears. They work us to the damn bone.
Come and pay a visit for your last year. I'm truly up. Make a move unless we tune you up. Absolutely, man, we know you cause you ain't fooling us. In that cut, but don't
It was made for who? Our state. For who? Our state. This whole world was made for blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And the other nations knew it. And because the other nations know it, they make sure to keep us underneath them. Come upon you before the fifth angel of the Lord come upon you, black man, Native American Indian man, Hispanic man. You understand? Man, it's about to get oppressive out here. You only have I know, man. You only have I know of all the families on the earth, man. Right? You only have I know, man. So therefore, he will punish us for all of our iniquities, which is our sins, man. Going out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of Jerry Hunt. We are not affiliated with any fake Israelite groups or anybody else.
Today we're bringing out the truth of the Bible, that the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
He gon' spot you, then get you. You don't speak about it, it's not an issue. This one West world got a ring to it. I married the Jew, put a ring to it.
She asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely. 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 And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me. Best salute me. Absolutely. She asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely. 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 And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me. Best salute me. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm with shits. I'm with shits. I'm with shits. I'm with shits. I view my adversary through a microscope as a small thing. They wax fat, we ballin'. Babylon keep falling. By all means, these saltines is cracker dust. Esau won't respawn, they the soul people we have to crush. They shackled us, we out the cuffs. It's your turn to slow burn till after dusk. My Caucasian plantation, those reparations won't amount to much. That blonde hair with them blue eyes and that pig flesh won't hassle us. Shawty hollering that hee-haw, cause that gluteus on Maximus. My whip drip on 100 thighs. We gunning down, you runaways. They from the cave, not underpaid. I'm Munga slaves. Just for fun, play Hunger Games. Put you in the front like you running things. Uriah. Any back talk, you kiss the asphalt, and I sing it to the Messiah. You'll be auctioned off with the shipping costs. I'll purchase some good diver. Bought my Donald Trump and my Richard Nixon. I'm Willie Lynch incarnate. Keep a short leash on you varmint. String you up if you brave-hearted. Only thing red, white, and blue will be your remains washed off of my garment. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch. I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch. I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch. I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch. I wanna see him hang. Ayy.
Went from riding on the boat to hanging on oak. God hate these white folks, you can say what you want. This ain't a joke, I ain't laugh at shit. They gon' make it to the kingdom, yeah, with shackled wrists. Yeah. Put they ass in chains with a yoke of iron. Whip hit his back, sound like I opened fire. I ain't gon' lie, I wanna see him suffer. Can't escape cause under the sun, the place of judgment. Yeah, I got a perpetual hatred. They scared of replacement theory cause they destined for slavery. Yeah. You gotta hear this, the patience of the saints. Hell yeah. Many prophets desired to see that day. UPK, we gon' take the kingdom. He don't deal with other nations, he gon' plead with heathens. I ain't gon' stop until I see him in the cotton field. Yeah. Ain't no other option, I'm a diarrhea.
I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put millions of my houses. Yes, you said, sir.
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a
in a hell of a hole. Was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mass shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch. What you talking about? If that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bought it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing. Like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right my no way. What you think I love this brotherhood? Y'all want shit, I'm about it. UPK, you solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army.
They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace, tell them free the reservation. still it's backwards. They don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs, your child fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for a killing, he was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the vents. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip, I'm trying to catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but God check the balance. I come from where it's rough, that's why my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scary than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk your life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why I waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know.
We still here, still standing. UPK, we never left the building. Commanding General Yohana, you know. Whoa, check it out. Woe into America. Seize everything and bring these crackers to their knees. I need everything and I do mean everything. I know they don't like us. Go ahead and try us. Don't make me call upon the Lord and put this earth on fire. I'm only getting better and I'm only getting higher. And you are getting weaker. That's why you cannot beat us. I know you do not like us. We don't like you neither. You went against the grain. You should be ashamed. You went against a king. Let's just call it treason. Can't wait for killing season. All that shit that you be preaching. Let me see if you believe it. They say they can't be touched. Well, I'm about to put my hands on them. No more missing nice guy. I gave that spirit up. Lord, give me strength so I can tear this city up. Babylon is falling, but it's just not fast enough. Angels with a nigga, so you niggas cannot touch. Ooh, this shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Yeah. Said I pray they understand. I said I pray they understand. This shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Said I pray they understand. Hey, I said I pray they understand.
They want me to bite my tongue, they don't like criticism. Can't sell oppressors the devil, YouTube restricted niggas. But they can post bitches twerking, police killing niggas. You can rap about catching bodies, and millions listen. Bitches rap about they box, and children listen. You say you black and gay, to them you still a nigga. You chasing Susie and Becky, they Emmett Tiller niggas. You got the ones that compromise, and you got field niggas. It's a real difference, it make me feel different. When I kick on my boots, tie up a meat tree, I know what we teaching that camp, nobody teaching. These devils telling lies without blinking. They ain't got the integrity, try to reach them. They say they conscious and they woke, but they sleepy. I ain't sparing nobody, I'm going in. It's a rap when I hop up on that podium.
This shit not adding up, fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Yeah. Said I pray they understand. I said I pray they understand. This shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Said I pray they understand. Hey, I said I pray they understand.
We in here. We in here. All right. All right. Shalom. Okay, we got in here. All right. All right. It's that Brotherhood class. All right. All right. First off, Shalom, Israel, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, One West, started out of Harlem, New York, 125th Street. We are not affiliated with any other Christian group or Israelite group, Christian church or Israelite group. We teach the truth about the Bible, about the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. All right. And tonight, this evening, I'm here to bring out the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. All right. All right. Who we got in here? We got Officer Matazah Kara, Officer of 1,000 Matazah Kara, Yahaba Shem Yashar Bakata, checking in for Chester, VA. We have Aquav Hadassah, Shalom Yahashima Thaba Shem Yahweh, checking in from North Virginia. All right. We have Aquav Taranda. All right. Shalom Yahashima Thaba Shem Yahweh, checking in from Hampton, Virginia. All right. We have Yaquab. All right. Shalom Yahal Bashim Yahshua Barakatah. Also Yaquab, Virginia. All right. All right. We in here. All right. Shalom to you, brother. We have Sister Azara Kha. Shalom Yahal Shemata Bashim Yahshua. Sister Azara Kha checking in. Ribbon Property Officer 50 Yabakar checking in from North Virginia. All right, we have Aqua of Dabara, Shalom Yahweh Shema Thaba Shem Yahweh Shai, checking in from Richmond, Virginia. All right. We have Sister Raya, Shalom Yahweh Shema Thaba Shem Yahweh Shai, Property River Officer of 1,000 Mataz Akara, checking in from Chester, Virginia. All right. We have Sister Kanaha. Shalom Yahweh Shema Thaba Shem Yahweh Shai, Rib in possession of Officer and Priest Yaquab, checking in from North Virginia. Okay. New names in here. All right. All right. We have Sister Amadah, Shalom Yahweh Shema Thaba Shem Yahweh Shai, checking in from Virginia Beach, Virginia. We have Princess Tazara, Shalom Yahweh Shema Thaba Shem Yahweh Shai, Princess Tazara, Officer Property of Officer of 1,000 Mataz Akara, checking in from Chester, Virginia. All right. We have Officer Yabakar, Shalom Yahaba Shem Yahshua Barakatah, Officer Yabakar, checking in from North Virginia. All right. We have Trooper Ayan, Shalom Yahaba Shem Yahshua Barakatah, Trooper Ayan signing in from Rice, Virginia, Salakia Slavery. I know you called me earlier, brother. Now I'm trying to make sure I return your call. Salakia. I was at slavery as well. We have Sister Shakar, Shalom Yahweh Shema Thaba Shem Yahweh Shai, Sister Shakar Pakat, Property River of Ayan Pakat, checking in from Rice, Virginia. All right. We have Officer Karsapar, Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah, Officer Karsapar, checking in. Shalom. All right. We have Trooper Makar Ya'ala, Shalom Yahweh. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah, Trooper Makar Ya'ala, checking in from Richmond, Virginia. All right. Mashalamka. I'm too wild. I'm too wild. You know what I'm saying? I'm too wild. Mashalamka to you. You know what I'm saying? How you? I'm too wild. I'm too wild, sis. Thanks for asking. All right. Thanks for asking. All right. So go ahead and clap it up. All right. We got some people in here. We in here. We in here. All right. So I want to bring out now. If you've been in attendance in any of these classes, or if you've been in camp or anything of that nature, you will our famous line, and will forever be our famous line. is a goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. So much so, right? So much so that, you know, they want to be like us. I'm pretty sure we have heard the Kendrick Lamar song, They Not Like Us, right? I'm going to metaphorically, right, pinpoint that chorus to the goddamn white man. Now, what you mean, Officer Shamaga Bar? Well, this is what I mean, right? These Edomites, right, the damn oppressor, right, is so much of the devil. And we know what the devil mean, right? Devil's not no man. If you're a Christian looking at this live, you just so happen to have this on your algorithm, right? You just so happen just to be looking at YouTube, and this just so happens to pop up, right? The white man is the goddamn devil. Why? Because I'm gonna tell you why, right? The reason why that Russian icons book is now damn near $3,000 is because the white man has whitewashed our images, right? I'm pretty sure if you really was a history major, if you really was into the school books, during the Byzantine Empire, right, the Dark Ages, right, that was when the people of color, was in rulership. It wasn't until the Renaissance era, right? What does Renaissance mean? What does Renaissance mean? The Renaissance era mean what did they what was the motto for the Renaissance era? Let's see who knows. What was that motto? What was that quote for the Renaissance era? Right? What was that quote for the Renaissance era? You had the Byzantine Empire, right? You had the medieval empire, Middle Ages, Byzantine Empire, then you had the Renaissance period. Right? How do I know? I took British Lit. Going into, right? So what does the Renaissance era mean? The Renaissance era. Let's see who know. If you know, if you don't know, type of two. How about that? If you don't know what Renaissance era mean or meant back during those, or just mean. They want me to spit that truth. They want me to talk my shit. All right, Salaki. Right? They want me to talk my shit. All right, Salaki. So, what does the Renaissance? Okay, I got a two in here. We don't know it. Okay, cool. All right. All right.
Salaki.
Uh-huh.
Rebirth.
Damn right. Get a brother hand. Damn right. Rebirth, right? Now, also Carsapar, he said rebirth of Esau and rise, right? See, they try to be real meticulous about the wording, right? It wasn't so much, we're not gonna say the rebirth of Esau. It was just called the new age, right? What the fuck had to be brand new? Well, the angels had to be new. These images had to be new, right? That's what had to be new. That was the first form of brainwash, right? Because if you are a visual learner, let me get a one in the chat real quick. If you're a visual learner, let me get a one in the chat. If you're a visual learner, you know, there's different ways of learning. You have your kinetic learning, right? You learn better visually, right? You learn better with independently, right? There's different ways that people go about learning, right? So let me just get a one in the chat if you're more of a visual learner. All right. Let me get the one if you're more of a visual learner. Because a lot of this is gonna make sense in a few. All right. A lot of this is gonna make sense in a few. Okay. Sister Rod says she is a visual learner. Now listen, right? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Israel, right, that are visual learners, right? They learn off of based on what they see. I mean, just look at social media today. All these different dances that's going viral because somebody had to do the dance first, and now everybody is replicating the dance, right? It goes even so much to football dances, right? When somebody score, they gotta do the famous dance, or whatever the case may be. It goes even so much to the type of slang. If they hear Cardi B say this slang, or Sexy Red say this slang, or whoever rapper say this, yin gang, yin gang, yin gang, that's like the whatever you hear, whatever you see, right? This is people just tend to pick up on it. Well, you know, people picked up on the whitewashing of Christ, right? Princess Zara says, "Me, I'm a visual and audio and hand on." Okay, yeah, right. You good. You all three. You 3 in 1, right? See, that was the first step of the oppressor, right? Making his name known, making his mark on the world, right? He's been a deceiver, right? He's been a unaliver. He's been a vagabond, right? We got the definition of Renaissance, right? Definition of Renaissance means the revival, right, of art and literature under the influence of classical models in the 14th through 16th centuries, right? The culture and style of art and architecture developed during Renaissance, right? A revival or renewed interest in something, right? All right. Okay. So now that we got a good the water, now that we got a good little idea of what Renaissance is, right? Now let's look at some pictures, right? Look at this. Look at this. These damn black pictures. Scroll up a little bit, Salakia, if you could. These pictures of these black images, these color images, going for $1,500, right? For 48. Come on, right? Just these images alone going for this amount of money, right? And if $30,000 for an antique hand-painted Russian icon of Saint Nicholas with life scenes, right? I believe they try to paint that picture of Santa Claus, and Santa Claus won't really Santa Claus. That's a I could go deep into history with the Saint Nick one, right? Look at these pictures, right? So with that being said, Christians, right, and other religions that's just so compatible with what the truth is in the Bible, right? Christ wasn't white, right? Real quick before I get into scripture, real quick. And I know I'm rambling. I'm not rambling. I know I'm long-winded, but real quick. The slavery that I work at, right? All right. I had a little downtime. So, I had printed out a picture of Caesar Borgia, right? And I just asked, I said, hey, who is this guy right here? Who is that? And a lot of them say, oh, that's Jesus Christ. That's Jesus Christ. I said, oh, okay. Right? I even asked the colored people, who is this right here? Oh, that's Jesus Christ. Oh. But of course I asked the white man or the other oppressor, who is this? Oh, that's Jesus Christ. Right? I just left it alone at that because I felt like they would have got offended. Plus, I'm in my slavery and ain't okay. That's a long story. All right. Right. So first things first, right? Right. And this is what Christianity doesn't believe. They don't believe in these scriptures, right? And they don't believe into the real brotherhood, right? Real brotherhood is correcting you and when you're wrong. Real brotherhood and sisterhood is correcting you when you're wrong. So if someone say, hey, this is not the real, based on the Bible, this ain't the real depiction of Christ, right? You can't try to be compatible with the person, right? Let me get 1 John 4:20 real quick. right? Let me get 1 John 4:20. Because a lot of people will say, looking at this picture, that they love God and they love Christ. This is what they will say, right? I love God, I love Christ. They will look at that picture of that white man and say, I love him. I love him, right? Okay. All right. Well, let's go deep into love real quick. I mean, because this is brotherhood and sisterhood. So let's go deep into love real quick. If a man say, I love the Most High, right, and hateth his brother, let's stop right there. If I'm coming to you out of love and saying, hey, man, this is not a depiction of Christ. Now, if I'm coming to you caring, right? Because we know what love is. Love is following these laws, statutes, and commandments according to God, right? According to the Most High. But if I'm coming to you and out of just wanting to care for you, because I love God, and me loving God is following these laws, statutes, and commandments. So I must show that to my brother and my sister. So if me coming to you saying, "Hey, brother, hey, sis, what you worshiping ain't right. This ain't biblically. This ain't right, right?" And you giving me or whoever is in this truth, that's a officer, right, captain, right, general, right. If you combating back with them and saying, "No, you wrong. You preaching hate. You teaching hate," right? You already hating your brother because your brother is trying to tell you something. Is trying to correct you in where you are wrong, right? So if a man say, "I love God," and hate his brother, you hating your brother by by not even by talking down upon your brother when his brother trying to give you this information. Now, if he have an ear, let him hear, right, right, right. Let him hear, right. But if you don't want to hear this and you just want to be combative and just say that this guy, you just go get a job instead of yelling on the street corners every weekend, or just go get a job versus teaching class every Monday through Thursday or Friday, whatever the case may be, right? You showing hate. You don't care about this man. Matter of fact, you want this man to go to jail. You want something to happen to this man because whatever he's saying to you ain't right, or you just ain't trying to hear, right? You backlashing this brother. Right. So if a man say, "I love God," and hate his brother, he is a liar. How is this person is a liar? They is a liar because they love this image that's being presented in front of them every Sunday. They love this image that they got tattooed on their arm. They love this image that they got around their neck, that Jesus piece. They love that image. Right? So if a man say they love God and hate his brother, they is a liar. Because that's not Christ, right? For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen, right? So for he that loveth his brother, for he has seen. So this person, right, that's believing this Christian church, right, that's saying that this is Christ right here, and saying that they love him because they can see him. They believe there's something. They believe and they see him. Whole time we haven't seen the Most High. We haven't seen Christ, but if we use our reading skills and if we use our context clues, we damn sure could paint an image, have some type of imagery of knowing that, hey, this is what Christ is. This is how Christ look. And we'll go deep into that, right? But just out of the sake of brotherhood and sisterhood, right? For he that loveth his brother, whom he have seen, thinking that his brother, thinking that this pastor that's teaching them that, hey, this is Christ, to love this image, right? How can he love God? How can he love the Most High whom he have not seen? That's why it's important to come into this truth. That's why it's important to listen to these brothers that's in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge that's trying to give you this truth so you can know how to love God, So you can know to not love this graven image, right? And you would know how to love and who to love based on these scriptures, right? I believe is let's go to Deuteronomy 73 real quick. I believe that's the scripture about the graven images, Baba Kushan. Oh no, it's not. It's Exodus, Salakia. Take me to that scripture and about the graven images, Salakia. The 73 is about the interracial marriage, Salakia. Take me to the scripture in Exodus about worshiping these graven images. Worshiping these graven images, if you could, Baba Kushan. I believe it's in Exodus. Uh, yep, yep. Exodus 24, the water. All right. So in Exodus 24, right? Thou shalt not make thee any graven image. Thou means what? Is the old English word for what? You. You shall not make unto thee any graven image. Don't make no image unto me. You haven't even seen me. Yes, you can use your context clues. Yes, you can if you really deep into English and you know what figurative language is, you know what imagery is. Yes, you could paint this picture in your mind based on these words that's described of me, but that don't mean you go out and start creating pictures like the IUIC do. The whole time that's Nate on that they showing on that damn script on that damn picture. That's goddamn Nate. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see that here in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, right? So thou shalt not make thee any graven images, right? Or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, right? That's to these fake camps, right? You got the daggone image of Christ or image of the Most High thinking, no, right? Don't make no likeness, right? Don't try to paint or make something that looks like this, right? Or that is in the earth beneath, right? Or that is in the water under the earth. Don't be trying to make these images, man. Try to worship these different images, trying to worship these stones, these rocks, these crystals, try to worship these damn fishes and sharks. The damn oppressor will worship any goddamn thing and feed it to you. And now you're a part of it. That's why now that's how you got that. Now you think you so woke and you got that damn crystal around your goddamn neck. Now you think you so woke, you want to get these sight readings and think that you just know everything, or think somebody just know that much about you. You getting your hand read. You got them calling Miss Cleo. You don't even got her ass no more. All right. You into Buddhism or whatever the case may be. Right? You worshiping the sun. Right? You're worshiping a shark tooth. Right? The Most High said, don't do this. This is not what you created to do. Right? Let me get one in the chat if you understand that real quick before I move on. Let me get one in the chat, right? Right? Okay, we got Sister Anaya here. Shalom, Yahal Shema, Thaba Shemi, I was shy. Checking in from North Virginia. All right. All right. So let's go back to that John 4, 1 John 4 and 20, real quick, Baba Kashab. All right. Go back to that real quick. I'm gonna slow walk. I'm gonna slow roll it real quick. Let's go back there to 1 John 4 and 20. Because now the The average person that's probably watching this, the person that this class this Galilean algorithm, they probably thinking like, well, damn, okay, if he ain't this color, if he ain't that, okay, explain to me more. Explain to me more. You telling me I can't kiss this rock? You know what I'm saying? You telling me I can't wear this crystal around my neck? You telling me I can't rock this Jesus piece? You telling me these images of Christ that's on these windows, these painted windows in these cathedrals and these churches is not Christ? You telling me that these angels that's touching each other index fingers that Michelangelo had painted, which he was a community man, right? Painting naked images, right? You mean to tell me these are not the real angels? Nah, blasphemy, right? Let's go to verse 21, Baba Kashan. The water, right? And this commandment have we from him. We got this commandment from the Most High. We got this commandment on what? Let's go back to 20, Baba Kashan. Thawat Salaki for my keep going back and forth. I know some people may got short, may forgot what was read. All right. If a man say, this is 1 John 4:20. If a man say, I love the Most High, and hate his brother, right? Right? Hated his brother towards this subject, meaning like this brother trying to tell you, hey, this ain't Christ. Right here, this image that you worship ain't Christ, and you hating your brother. You hating your brother by talking down on him, by calling him stupid, dumb, right? All this type of stuff. He is a liar. How is this person a liar? Because apparently they're not trying to listen to this truth of how Christ, or this brother that's trying to tell them how Christ really is. They're gonna believe this whitewashing truth, this whitewash, right? Fictional person, right? Well, this person not fictional, but they're gonna believe this whitewashed person that he is Christ and love him. You don't love God, you're lying. You lying and saying you love God, and you worshiping this white image. If you worshiping these graven images, right? And I'm specifically talking only to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. No other race, no other nation, Slaki, no other nation of people. All right. For he that loveth is not his brother, whom he have seen. Right. You don't love your brother for your brother is telling you, hey, this ain't what you're supposed to be doing, right? And you see this brother, right? How can he love the Most High, whom he have not seen? Right? If you showing hate to your brother, right? If you're trying to combat your brother, right? That know this truth, how can you love God whom he have not seen? You haven't even seen the Most High. You can't even prove that this white image right here, this whitewashed image right here is Christ. Versus a brother that can prove to you that this is not Christ and prove to you the actual depiction of Christ with biblical text. Right? But everybody want to always call this Bible, this King James version, this is the white man's book. How is this a damn white man's book and where everybody in here is described as color? That's how brainwashed, that's how Renaissance you are. Right? Let's go to verse 21, Baba Kashan. And this commandment, right, have we from him. Have we from him who is in him, the Most High. We got this commandment from the Most High. That he who loveth the Most High love his brother also. You showing your brother love by listening to him, right? By listening to him and by actually trying to adhere to the information that he's giving you, right? Not being so quick to shut it down, but actually hearing and actually going through the Bible. If you're a so-called Christian, you shouldn't mind going through this Bible. You shouldn't mind breaking open these scriptures, right? You shouldn't mind that. That should be your alley, right? Right. Let's go to go to Matthew 25 and 40 before I get into what I really want to get into. Let's go to Matthew 25 and 40 because this we have to learn, we have to establish the brotherhood, right, and the sisterhood in order to bring in, right, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians who is lost. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by actually reading these scriptures and knowing how to, if you're an officer in this truth, knowing how to, right, bring these brothers and sisters in, right? This is how we will show love into bringing more people into this body, more people into this truth, more people into the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. All right. All right. So are we in let's go to Matthew 25 and 40, Baba Kishah. Because a lot of Christians will say, I have a personal relationship with the Most High. I have a personal relationship with Christ. Right? I have a relationship. I know Jesus. You ain't gotta tell me. I know the Lord. I wake up, I pray, you know, I say my grace before I eat my food. I lay hands, I talk in tongues, I hold revivals, I feed who's right. I know my relationship with God, right? But let's break this relationship down real quick. Let's break this relationship down. So Matthew 25 and 40, this is written in red. If it's written in red, all right, this is an easy layup. If it's written in red, this warm-up line shots. Who is speaking if it's written in red? Who is speaking if it's written in red? This warm-up line. You can type it in the chat. This warm-up right here. Who is speaking if it's in red? Who is speaking if it's in red? This warm-up. Matthew 25 and 40. This is written in red. Who is speaking if it's written in red? Christ. Damn right, Sister Anna. Give that sister a hand. Christ. Christ is speaking. All right. Christ is speaking. Right. So let's break this down. All right.
So like it, priest. Can you hear us?
Come.
Okay, Khan. All right. Just in case. The what?
What's that, Christ? All right. So this is Matthew 25 and 40. And means what? And is a conjunction. And has a powerful meaning when it comes to these scriptures. The word and means in addition to. Right? And, right? The king, right? Which is who? Yahweh, Jesus Christ, right? And the king, right, shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you. Verily means what? Verily means truthfully or surely. Verily I say unto you, right? Inasmuch as ye have done, right? Meaning the hate you've done to your brother by not following these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? You have also done unto Christ. Damn. So what you mean, right? So the hate that you shown to your brother, right? That's trying to let you know, like, hey, I know you a Jesus follower. Know what I'm saying? I know you say you love God, you say you love Jesus, but look, I'm trying to make sure you on that straight line, because right now you off the line, right? So this is how you serve Christ. This is the true depiction of Christ, right? Right? And you shooting him down or bringing any negativity towards his brother, you also showing this negativity to Christ. It's like a smack in the face to Christ, right? It's like, damn, I'm putting this person in front of you because I see your zeal, right? I see you have some type of zeal, right? So let me put this person, put this man in front of you, right? So he can reverse your zeal into the right direction. However, you're trying to combat that. You're trying to combat the information, the correct information, right? You also showing this hate into Christ, right? So, inasmuch as ye hate as you have done, right? Meaning the hate you've done to your brother, right? By not following these laws, statutes, and commandments, you have also done to Christ, right? Vice versa, right? Inasmuch, right, love you showed to your brother by following these laws, statutes, and commandments, you also have, show your love towards Christ. So, damn, now you in a win-win situation, because you have zeal of showing that you love Christ, and now that you're adhering, you're listening to what this brother's trying to tell you and how to love Christ. Okay, now you got the full understanding. Now, not only you showing love to your brother, but also you showing this love to Christ because you're willing to listen. It's like a quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. I scratch your back, you scratch my back, right? Sister Talabah, Aqua Talabah checking in. Shalom, your house, Shema, thought about Shemi. I was shy checking in from Williamsburg, Virginia. What's up, sis? All right. So, and the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of my brethren, ye have also done it unto me. Right? You can't say you love God and turn around and sell dope to your brother, right? And sister. You also sold dope to Christ, right? You can't say that you love God by saying, hey, bump your thoughts about the depiction of Christ. You know what I'm saying? You also saying, bump God. I don't care. I'll bump Christ. I don't care how you look as well, right? Because one thing about Christianity, they don't believe in color. They even got a song, Jesus loved the little children of the world. Yellow, red, black, and white. Jesus loved them in his sight. Jesus loved the little children of the world. This is a goddamn lie. That's a use a goddamn lie. Right? Right? All right. So let's leave that. Let's leave that. And let's go to hold that. And let's go to what I want to go to first. Let's go to Daniel. Hold on. Let's go to, I wonder which one I want to go to first in Daniel. Let's go to Daniel 79. Right? Let's go to Daniel 79 real quick. Because look, listen. I want to stay on this line, right? Because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? And I know we keep attacking the white man, because there is a reason behind it. There is some truth behind why we're attacking the white man so much, right? That's like somebody stealing from you. That's like somebody stealing from you and helping you look for it. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? like the white man has stole so much from us blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Now I'm saying that's why we go so hard in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge and saying that the white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. Okay. So this is Daniel 7 and 9. Right. Right. So the prophet Daniel is getting a vision from the Most High. Okay. Daniel in the Hebrew is Danyala, right? An angel is showing these things to Daniel. All right. Okay, so let's get into it. I beheld till the thrones were cast down. Right? I beheld, meaning he's getting visions from looking up in the sky. All right. The thrones were cast down. All the empires were falling down, right? The Greek and the Roman Empire, the Babylonian, the Egyptian Empire, the Assyrian Empire, the Mede and Persian Empire, all the world's empires rising and falling, right? He's getting a vision, right? That's what the previous 8 chapters was talking about. So if you was in Hebrew Academy, you know the chant that Babylon is falling to rise no more, right? Right? Babylon, these are the empires, this is one of the empires that's falling that Daniel is seeing, right? Okay. And it goes on to say, and the ancient of days, meaning the only one that's older than the ancient of days is the Most High, right? The one who created or started the day is the Most High, right? That's why the A is capitalized in ancient. All right. Okay, and it goes on to say, did sit. All right. So that's telling you, right, that the Most High had a body. He had a body. He wasn't just no ghostly figure that's just floating in the sky. Right? No, the Most High had a body. How? Because he did sit. I'm sitting right now. I'm pretty sure you're sitting right now. Right? Meaning what? You have a body to sit down in a chair. Right? Whose garment? Now, here's the imagery here. And the Ancient of Days did sit, right? Whose garment was white as snow. Here's a simile, right? The simile that's being used here is that whose garment was white as snow. The garment is being compared as snow. You know that this is a simile because it uses the word as. Whose garment was white as snow. We know that the color of snow is what? White. So we can paint the picture in our mind, right? That the Ancient of Days did have a body, he did sit, and he did have on a white garment. All right. And the hair of his head. Okay, now he got a head, so he just don't have a ghostly figure that you could just put your hand through and your hand go through the other side. Right? No, he have a head. If you touch your head right now, you can't put your hand in your head and it can't come out the other side of your face. Right? And the hair of his head, right, like the pure wool. Now you saying this to a Christian, right? We either have this, and I'm breaking this scripture down for a reason because I'm gonna show y'all something in a few. All right. Everything is going to add up like an equation. Now listen. And the hair of his head like pure wool. We know, right? These are milk scriptures right here. We know the only people here on this damn earth. We know who these people are. They have hair like wool. Shit, my hair is like wool. My beard is like wool, right? The goddamn so-called black man, right? Latino or Native Indian man, right? And the hair of his head like pure wool. Wool is rough. Now, to my understanding, me looking at these pictures that's in these Christian churches, right? Their hair don't look rough like wool. Shit. If I ain't mistaken, even the Muslims, even the Muslims, the honorable Elijah Muhammad, the person that created the Muslim movement was a white man. I believe in one of Elijah Muhammad's speeches, he was talking about our eyebrows. Something about how our eyebrows should be like of our hair. Like we that if I don't want to butcher it, right? I don't want to butcher it, but he did talk about something about our eyebrows, right? Lets us know that we have some type of white descent, or our eyebrows should be like our hair, or we was cursed in some type of manner for our hair to be like the way it is. That's the goddamn brainwash. Oh, and Officer Urash, and I believe I did as well, did a whole class on the different religions that the oppressor brung over from the slave trade. Right? Islam was one of them. Christianity, and then under Baptist, Presbyterian, Lutheran, Apostolic, AME, CME. All these different branches of religions was brought over here. When the Quakers came over here and to take over the land, right? And one of the 13 colonies, right? William Penn, right? William Penn is a Quaker. Pennsylvania is named after William Penn. Look that up. Right? The oppressor brought over all these things, all these religions, just to brainwash the so-called Black, Latino, Native Indian man, because they knew how powerful and they knew that we were the truth.
Salaki. That's heavy what you're talking about, because Mormonism.
Yeah.
The Mormon religion was something that was really spearheaded and against us to make us. It called us cursed. Said that we was the seed of Ham. We was Canaan. Saying that we was cursed. So that's heavy what you brought out.
The water. Know what I'm saying? And there's no way around it, because that's just proven facts. Right? All these other religions, right? Or all these other denominations of Christianity, right? Will bring out these different things to brainwash you. Because for real, they don't even know the goddamn truth. That's why it's important to get up under this truth, under the commanding General Yohana and these generals and these captains and these officers, to learn this truth, man, to learn the real history, man. Right? We're not just out here just talking out the side of our necks, man. Right? This is a real spill. So his throne, right? His throne was like, we got another simile in here. His throne is a what? A chair His throne was like the fiery flame. So they're saying like what? His throne was on fire. And his wheels as burning fire. So he had fiery rims. It's a black man. He got some type of swag. Right? Right? He got some type of swag here. Let's go to verse 10. You should be proud that your God got is over you. Know what I'm saying? He ain't just no goddamn white man that's goddamn that's nasty. That believes in incest. That's a robber, that's a thief, that's a vagabond, right? Your God has a home. Your God created a home for you. The image that you worshiping, that man ain't got no God. He ain't got no home. Right? In fact, that person that you worshiping is going to be destroyed in about an hour. Hour tops. Easy work. All right. So we're going to Daniel 7:10, right? A fiery stream, right? A fiery stream issued and came forth before him. A fiery stream issued and came before him, right? Thousands and thousands ministered unto him, right? Right? What does a minister mean? Real quick in the chat. And Salaki, officer 1,000 times I crossed it. Salaki, the officer, so right. Mormons teach that we are Hamites when we are actually Israelites. Damn right. Right? So what is a minister? Right? What is a minister? Because in the Christian church, right, they be like, oh, see, there it is right there, minister right there. Right? Because you know you got some type of hierarchy in the Christian church. You got a deacon, and you got a minister. Then from minister you get to an elder. Then from the elder, you get you're a pastor. And from pastor, you are apostle. Apostle, you a damn bishop. That's how you know the goddamn IUIC ain't worth a damn. Worshiping Bishop Nathaniel. Know what I'm saying? Sister Zara Khan said it means to administer, to give. Sister Ra said it means a servant. Sister Zara Khan said minister equals preacher or teacher. Nah. A minister is one that serves. All right? Is one that serves. Okay? So, and 1,000 times 10,000s, it's like 1,000 and thousands ministering to him, meaning that they are serving him, right? These 1,000 and thousands are serving the Most High. They ain't doing no teaching, they ain't doing no preaching, they are serving. All right. So if a Christian say, "Let me minister to you," nah, you don't need to. What does minister mean? What? Because you ministering doesn't mean that you teaching me or you trying to preach to me, right? The meaning of minister means to serve, right? So don't try to philosophize your meaning. Well, I'm serving you by preaching to you. No, the hell you ain't. You know what I'm saying? So, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him, right? Right? Meaning what? Meaning souls stood before him waiting for judgment. Right? The 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him, meaning what? Souls was being ready to be judged before him. Right? All right. And the judgment was set. Right? And the judgment, downright, Cap. Minister in the Shalom Yahabashim Yashabakata, Cap Natazak, right? Damn right, minister in the Bible means servant, not teacher of the Bible. Right? Yeah, I'm right. The water, sir. Right? So the judgment was set, right? And the books were opened. Meaning what? Meaning the angels have a book of the things you have recorded, right? In this life. They're going to open this book and go over the records. Then the judgment is going to be set. The judgment is going to be set of the how many times that you have not wanting to listen to this truth, right? Cap said Christians say ministers are Bible teachers. That's why they think women can teach because women ministered in the Bible, right? Prime example. We was in. I bring this up every time, right? We was in AutoZone. No, we was in Home Depot. It was me. It was Officer Urash, Awesome Tazar Kara, Officer Yaga Dar, and myself. And we was looking for different things in Home Depot to try to like better up the school. And we was dressed out in our gear. And you know what I'm saying, someone of course said, "Hey, y'all part of a biker crew?" Nah. And then one man stopped and said, "Hey, y'all, who are y'all, man?" And then of course, Officer Urash broke it down. We are the true Israelites of the Bible. We are just broke down the whole spiel. We teach the Bible. We teach the truth about the Bible. And this man, wife or rib was right beside him, and said, "Oh, you teach the Bible? Oh, I teach the Bible too." Now, me just being so zealous, I just wanted to be like, "Ooh, please cut her, please, like this is the time to do it, please." Right? But it ain't happen like that. But that just goes on to prove my point of what Cap just said. Christians say ministers are Bible teachers, right? That's why women think, right? That's why they think women can teach the Bible. Slakia. That's why they think women can teach because women minister in the Bible. Women served, right? They served, right? So that goes on to this. So now it's like, okay, all right, boom. So what you saying, Op? You saying, okay, not to serve, not to worship this graven image because I thought I was doing something, you know what I'm saying, by representing Christ. Okay, I can't do that. All right. I can't worship this white image because you saying that that's not Christ. All right. So you basically you telling me because you bring me to Daniel 79. So basically you telling me that the Most High, I'm gonna just put two and two together, is a black man. That's what you basically telling me. All right. So let me get more on that. Let me get more on that. Okay, well, let's go to Revelations 1:1. Right? Keep proving to me that our God, right, that and Christ, right, is a colored man, right? Keep proving that to me. All right. So this is Revelations 1:1, right? Right? Because oftentimes Christians think, no, not oftentimes, all the time, Christians think that if you say that, oh, yo, I'm an Israelite, ooh, da da da, or they just believe in the Old Testament. Nah, they they don't. This right here is showing you, right, we walk you through from the old into the new, right? So that stereotype is thrown out. That's garbage. We teach the whole Bible, not parts of it. Okay. So this is Revelations 1 and 1. All right. So the revelation of Jesus Christ. If I take off the A, the T, the I, the O, and the N off of revelation, that spells reveal. And if I reveal something, that means I'm uncovering something. I'm about to show you something, right? So this is the revelation. This is the revealing of Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, right? Which the Most High gave unto him, right? This is the Most High revealing how Christ looked to John, right? Why is this important? This is important because the Christian church lied and started to paint white men as the people of God in the Bible, right? To show unto his servants which must shortly come to pass, right? To show to his servants. If you serve Christ, then you're supposed to know how he look. How come everybody that say they know Christ and God don't know how he look according to the Bible? Or why do they skip over the looks that are described in the Bible? Right? They all believe something completely different. Right? So the revelation of Yahweh Shai, right, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants, it's like his servants, things which must shortly come to pass, and means what? In addition to this, and he sent and signified it by his angels unto servant John. He showed these things unto John the Revelator, so that he could write these things, right? So that the disciples that would come thousands of years after him would learn these things, right? Because if you know what's going on with John right now, John, he's in Patmos, he's in prison in Patmos under that Roman Empire. He's in prison writing these, he's in prison getting these visions, he's in prison getting these revealings. All right. All right. So now let's go to Revelations 1 and 13. Let's go to Revelations 1 and 13. Let me get a one in the chat if you understand what's going on right now. Let me get a one in the chat if you understand what's going on right now. All right. Because this will cut every Christian church, every Christian pastor, whatever the case it may be, this is a clean cut. Like you need surgery to sew this cut back up. You can't sew this cut back up. You got amputated. It's gone. The leg gone. The finger gone. Know what I'm saying? You can't come back from this cut. All right. So here we go. Okay, we got one West. Okay, we in here strong. And listen, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. But I gotta show you this first. All right. So Revelations 1 and 13. And right? And means what? In addition to this, right? And in the midst of the seven candlesticks. What is the seven candlesticks? The seven candlesticks is the seven churches of the schools Paul set up throughout Asia Minor, right? You have the Corinthia, which is Corinthians. You have the Thessalonica, which is Thessalonians. You have the Ephesian, which is Ephesians. You have the Galatia, which is Galatians. You have the Pontus, which is Rome. And you have the Philippi, which is the Philippians, right? So, and in the midst of the seven candlesticks, right? One like unto the Son of Man, right? John is writing these letters in prison, right? Right now I'm furthering my studies in Josephus right now, and I'm learning right now the whole breakdown of Josephus, right? And I'm learning the whole why was it a whole beef with Josephus and John during this time? All right, because if you don't know, and I know I'm going a little bit off the script, but I'm just saying what was making sense to me right now based on my studies, right? If you Spanish, based on my estudia, right? What's making sense is that Josephus is a scribe for the Roman emperor, right? And he have to go out to these different areas and have to enforce these different things that the Roman emperor wants done. And one of these areas that he's going into that John is at is Tiberias, right? And he's trying to give these orders without shedding bloodshed. He's trying to give these orders without shedding bloodshed because he know that they are brethren. He's brethren with John. He's a colored man apparently, right? And he's trying to get these orders down without bloodshed because he know not to hurt his brother, right? Right. So right now I got to continue with my studies, but right now there is in the Roman Empire age right now, right? And that's what's happening. And so I'm assuming I'm not going to assume, but I'm just going to infer. Infer means to take an educated guess based on information that's given to you in the text. I'm going to infer that hey, John is in prison because of whatever that's transpiring from what's going on in this book. And this book of Josephus has scriptures in it that correlates and lines everything up with each other. All right. It's like a parallel. All right. But anyway, and in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, right? Clothed like into a garment down to the foot. He's wearing an outfit down to the foot, just like what we wear at camp, right? Those garments that we wear at camp that's down to our feet or down to our knees, or down to our legs, that's the same type of garment, the length of garment that Christ is wearing right now in the scripture, right? Shalaki. And girt about the paps and the girding, Shalaki, and the girding, a golden girdle, right? And girt about the paps, right? Your paps is your midsection. Your paps is where your belly button is, right? Your midsection, right? With a golden girdle. That's his war belt, right? That's why a lot of times if you see us in our Sabbath services, or if you see us in a Passover, or you see us just wearing some type of garment, right? That belt that we have to keep that garment intact, that's our war belt. That's a part of our garment, right? All right. Let's go to verse 14, Baba Kashan. Revelations 1-14. His head. So this is the picture of Christ now. So basically, he looked like his damn daddy. Right? You looking like your daddy. That use your daddy's son. Right? His head and his hair were white like wool. Right? We know back in Daniel 7 and 9 The Most High is described as having hair is white like wool, woolly hair, right? Christ is being described in Revelations 1 and 14 as his head and his hairs are being white like wool, woolly hair, white as snow, right? And his eyes were like a flaming fire, right? Right? The first his eyes were like a flame of fire. Why? Because the first miracle Yahushua did was change water to what? Wine. That was his first miracle that Yahushua did. Right? You don't drink you drink enough wine, your eyes are going to turn red. Right? So every time they seen Christ, they call him a wine bibber, right? Because every time you seen him, he had a cup in his hand. He was a wine bibber, right? Let's go to verse 15 because all this is about to make sense. All of this is going to make sense based on what I'm about to show you in a few. I know it's making sense now, but I'm gonna bring it home in a few. Let's go to verse 15, Baba Kasha. Let's go to verse 15. Isn't that cool to know that my God, my creator is a black man, and you know his throne, his throne is lit, like he lit. His throne is on fire. Who you know can sit in fire? Who you know that his wheels was like a fire? He got rims on that throne, man. Who do you know that eyes was red like a fire? That drinks, man. And this was so corrupt about the goddamn Christian church, right? They would try to portray themselves as so holy individuals, right? Pure and holy, tried and true, right? They would try to do that so much, but the whole time they the main ones drinking. They the main ones smoking weed. They the main ones touching boys. They the main ones DL. Right? They the main ones. They are the main ones, man. But you just so pure and holy. You don't do this and you don't do that. But as soon as Sunday service over, you're gonna roll you up a blunt, or you're gonna smoke that cigarette, or you're gonna drink. Why not come into the Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge and know how to lawfully do these things? No, you can't be if your thing is alcohol and you just think like, oh, I could drink in here, you just a pure alcoholic, that ain't gonna work. Because you'll be quickly put into counsel and you'll be quickly dealt with accordingly. You can't be no alcoholic in here, right? That's a problem that you need counsel on, that you need to get fixed. You damn sure can't smoke no weed in here or cigarettes. You worshiping another god. You worshiping Sheba, an Egyptian god, right? You can't do that. You damn sure can't eat no pork, crab, shrimp, or lobster in here. Seafood boils. Can't be bringing that to no damn Passover, right? You're going against the dietary law, right? You come into the Israelite School of University of Practical Knowledge, you're going to learn how to eat. You're going to learn how to dress according to the Most High. You're going to learn which laws to follow according to what you're doing according to the Most High. Right? And before I go on with the scripture, right, it's over 600 plus laws in this book, in this Bible, right? But I was sitting in, I was listening to one of Captain Zariak Car Chronicle, right? And basically he was basically saying, right, yes, it's over 600 plus laws that's in this Bible, right? But you're only going to follow the laws that abide to you. So if you're a farmer, okay, you gotta abide to the farmer laws according to the Bible. If you're a person that make clothes, right? Okay, you gotta follow the laws according in the Bible and how to make clothes, because you can't intertwine two different cloths together, right?
Salaki,
Uh-huh.
if I may, just to clean that up a little, it's not that you can't mix two cloths together, right? It's that you got to make sure if it is more than if it's silk and cotton or polyester, you got to let your customer know that's what he's buying.
Right.
All right.
And Salaki, if I could.
1 second, I got you. And then as a farmer, you got to make sure your seeds are not intermingled, because you got to know, of course, what you're planting. All right.
Right. And I believe it's a scripture. I don't want to go so much off topic, but it's a scripture in there about the clothes. Damn.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm telling you the scripture. That what you're talking about is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
It's dealing with who you sell it to. It's
Right.
not actually talking about the clothes actually being mixed, because a lot of fake Israelites believe we all got to wear just 100% cotton.
Right. No, right, for sure. Right.
Yeah, so that scripture is what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The water.
Oh yeah, the water.
Right. So let's go to Revelation 1:15. Right now, we're getting a clear imagery. We're getting a clear picture in our mind based on the words, right, of what Christ is, how he looks, right? So it says, and, right? And is a conjunction, and against me, in addition to, and his feet like unto fine brass. It's like it, as if they burn into a furnace. If you burn brass into a furnace, so like, if you burn brass into a furnace, it's gonna turn dark brown. That means Christ was he was a black man, a blackety black man, right? And in addition to his feet being like unto fine brass burnt to a furnace, his voice as the sound of many waters. That means he had a commanding, a deep voice that when he speak, you're gonna hear. Not like what the Christian church tried to depict, not what they try to sing, right? In these different monotones, right? So, slow, right? So, to bring this home, let me get that article, Baba Kasha, if I could. Because this is what brotherhood and sisterhood is about. Brotherhood and sisterhood is about actually knowing and learning from one another and gaining knowledge, right? If you didn't know before this class, now you know, right, that hey, this is why the white man's the devil. And I'm going to show you why the white man's the devil with this article, and you're going to know why the white man's the devil, because the white man trying to whitewash everything. When the Bible gives you the clear-cut truth and the clear-cut depiction of everything. All right? So, this article here, right? This is the life and death of Caesar Borgia, the ruthless conqueror of Renaissance Europe. And we already know what Renaissance means. All right, we broke down what Renaissance meant already. Right, so this is the Renaissance here. Let's keep scrolling down. We could, Baba Shah. So let's stop here. The Borgias, right, were notoriously ruthless and power hungry. Now, wait. Now, I'm a scholar, so Salaki, let's scroll up real quick. Salaki. All right, let's scroll up real quick. I'm a scholar, so I have to break dates and publishing down. All right. Okay. Now, when you looking at articles, right, and you look at this some type of validity about it, right? You want to first look and see if it has an author, right? And you want to also look at the publishing date and when it was updated, if it has an updated date. So here we have an author, right? Here we have an editor. Here we have a publisher. This was published October 5th, 2023. All right. So this is a current article. Now, if you're looking at articles, you try to find some validity in articles. If you're looking at articles or some type of sources, you want to make sure that it's not outdated more than 10 years. If it's outdated more than 10 years, it need to have some type of update to this. All right. So, for example, it has an update to this article. It was updated February 26, 2024. Even though when it was published in 2023, it didn't go past the 10-year mark. That means when it was updated with some more truthful information a year later. Not even a year later, October, November, December, January, February, 4 months later in 2024. All right. So now let's scroll down. Baruch Hashem. Wow. All right. So the Borgias were notoriously ruthless and power hungry, willing to unalive anyone who got in their way. At least that's how their enemies described the powerful family of Renaissance Europe. While Pope Alexander, that's the fourth, Slovakia, sir.
Yes.
What's that Roman number? Fourth?
Wait, which one? I can't see it.
Pope Alexander the
Pope Alexander the Sixth.
Six. Yeah, I knew it was okay, bad. Yeah, six.
Yeah. So the V is 5, and the one next to it is 1.
Yeah,
so that's 5 plus 1, 6. Yeah.
Throw on.
Oh yeah, younger ball.
Right, throw on for that. All right. So while Pope Alexander VI led the family, his illegitimate son Caesar Borgia was his right-hand man. They plotted to conquer Italy and create a dynasty. I'll just keep scrolling down because I want to get to the meat and potatoes. I'm gonna say, let's go stop real quick. Let's keep scrolling down. Just for the time. This may have to be a part 2. All right. So how Pope Alexander VI paved the way for Caesar Borgia's rise to power. So there's some type of nepotism going on, right? So even as a child, Caesar Borgia was being groomed for greatness. His father made him a bishop at 15 and a cardinal at 18. All right, let's keep scrolling down. Stop. All right. Okay, so born Rodrigo Borgia, Pope Alexander VI had big dreams for his children after becoming Pope in 1492. Wow. Thanks to successfully bribing cardinals for their votes, he swiftly got to work on transforming his family into a mighty ruling house that would eventually rival Europe's greatest power. So, of course, the Pope was not supposed to have children or numerous mistresses. But that didn't stop Alexander VI, who had at least 9 children, many of whom were more than willing to help their father with his plan. So one of his sons, Caesar Borgia, was arguably even more ambitious and power hungry than his father. Born around 1475 or 1476 near Rome, the future conqueror was groomed for greatness from an early age, named a bishop at just 15. By 18, he had already been named a cardinal. So let's keep scrolling down. All right. So we know some type of nepotism going on, right? He had a silver spoon in his mouth. Right? Let's keep scrolling down if we could, Baba Kasha. All right. Keep going. Yep, some pictures. All right. Now here we go. So as the papacy funneled unimaginable wealth and power to the Borgia family, Caesar Borgia prepared to carry out a critical part of his father's plan. But, meaning difference, this only happened after Caesar allegedly unalived his brother Giovanni, who had been named head of the Vatican army. Though it was never proven, which why would you have it here, who unalived Giovanni Borgia, his demise in 1497 was a gruesome one. Not only had he been stabbed at least 9 times, but his throat had been slit and his unalived body had been tossed unceremoniously in the Tiber River, according to journals in artistry. Rumors initially swirled that Caesar had unalived Giovanni over a woman, as they reportedly shared the same mistress. Later, darker rumors claimed that Caesar actually took out his brother to escape life in the church and seize control of the papal army. If that was indeed Caesar's goal, he succeeded. But goddamn, right? Let's keep going down. But we're gonna go. Let's keep going down. All right. Caesar Borgia's fearsome army. Let's keep going.
Salakia,
Uh-huh.
if I may, the woman, if I'm not mistaken, turned out to be his sister.
And that's what I was getting. That's what I was getting to. That's exactly what I was trying to get. You damn right. Damn right. Right? So let's see. Let's get there. All right. That just goes to show you how wicked and how much of this Christian church don't know a goddamn thing. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep going. Keep going. So basically, Caesar, he was just a ruthless man, man. All right, bam. Oh, all right. Now this is the picture that I was showing people. All right. I said, hey, who is this? Oh, that's Jesus Christ. Oh, that's Jesus Christ. That's Jesus Christ. Right? Right? Come on, man. That's Caesar Borgia. Let's keep going down. Machiavelli painted this image of him. Bam. Now let's stop right here. Right? This is what I wanted to get to right here. This is how wicked and nasty and disgusting and cunning. I don't know what else words that I could say on this live that this family is, right? Right? So it says it's safe to say Caesar Borgia wasn't worried about appearing to be good. When he wasn't leading soldiers or instilling fear in his people, the conqueror led a largely hedonistic lifestyle. He fathered at least 11 illegitimate children. And in addition to this, Caesar Borgia also reportedly had a notorious banquet of chestnuts, during which 50 honest prostitutes danced naked in the Vatican and then picked up chestnuts that had been thrown all over the floor. So he was the originator of the Diddy parties. He was the Diddy got his parties from him. Right? Like, goddamn. Okay. So it goes on to say the Pope, Don Caesar, and Donna Lucretia were all present to watch. His sister was present to watch. The Pope and his sister, Donna Lucretia, was present to watch this. Right? And they all naked. Reported the papal master of ceremonies. Finally, prizes were offered. Silken doublets, pairs of shoes, hats, and other garments for those men who could perform the act most frequently with the prostitutes. Oh, goddamn. Anyways, but perhaps the most scandalous allegation about Caesar Borgia was that he had an incestuous relationship with his sister Lucretia. However you say the goddamn name, right? Like goddamn. Slaki, Yahabashim Yashabakata, Trooper Shakat, checking in from Southern Cali. Okay, Cali in the building. All right, different time zones. That's what's up.
Salakia.
Uh-huh.
Man, if I could, man, this class you bringing out is so heavy, man. I got an article right here that I just looked up because in the beginning of the article, you read a specific year,
1492.
1492. If I could, can I read this article right here?
Yep. Come on.
It's about to reveal why he is so even, why the white man is the devil.
Mm-hmm.
It says the year 1492 is a monumental historical year marked by three key events. Christopher Columbus' first voyage across the Atlantic to the Americas, the end of the Reconquista and expulsion of Jews and Muslims from Spain, and the election of Pope Alexander VI, who convened the first papal conclave in the Sistine Chapel. These events profoundly shaped Western history, the Americas, and the Spanish Empire, initiating a new era of transatlantic exploration and cultural shifts. This basically was the start of them spreading Christianity to what we know it as in slavery. And Christopher Columbus was a part of it. That is crazy what you just brought out.
And to add on to that, right? A cardinal is only in the what? What's a cardinal is only recognized in what? What's the cardinal only recognized in? If anyone knows, Catholicism, right? Because look, boom, think about it. When the Pope, this Pope that just passed had passed away, it was cardinals that was waiting to be elected as the next Pope. So what you just brought out was heavy, because basically what you're telling me, right? And basically what this if you, not you in general, but if we remember in past classes before of what I taught or what Officer Rosh has taught, right? That these religions that was brought over here through the transatlantic slave trade, through Christopher Columbus and all that bull crap, right? This was under the Roman Catholic Church. Who has cardinals? The Roman Catholic Church. If you go on the internet right now and look up the religious tree, Christianity, Islam, all these other religions, right, is under the Roman Catholic Church. So how can you say you're a part of Christianity, but your religious tree is under the Roman Catholic Church? Right? So you already brainwashed. You already don't know nothing. What's not under the Roman Catholic Church, however, is the Israelites. That's not under there. You ain't gonna find that. Right? Why? Because first of all, they know that this is the truth. Right? Well, okay. Well, let's put two and two together. Fight in this class, right? The Israelites been known been known. Biblical before, like we've been known. So why the hell is we not underneath that tree? Why the hell the Israelites is not underneath that tree? That lets you know something right there. That somebody really knows the truth. And they know if they put Israelite underneath that goddamn tree. Matter of fact, you can't brainwash an Israelite. You can't, no. You can't whitewash Israelite. You can't. Because it's biblically proven through text. It's also biblically proven through books. Babylon and Timbuktu, right? That's one for starters, right? It's another book, The Lost Tribes of, I forgot that book. Officer Yaraj know, because he got it, and I wanted to take it, and he's, know what I'm saying? He know that book that I'm talking about, because he got it, right? So his books also aligning to that there was color, right, in this Bible, and the Israelites are people of color, right? So damn right, and the water for that, man. The water for that, man. Salakia, if I could, I don't. You officer Salakia, I don't even.
Also fit the Yaquab.
Okay, Yaquab. Okay. So you okay, Khan. Okay, cool, Khan. Okay, bet. Okay, so you okay, bet. That's what it is. Okay, the water. All right. So with that, all right, let me get the one in the chat if y'all understand what's going on, man. Right? Cause I believe me, Officer Yaquab, we can have this lesson going on to about 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, know what I mean? But let's get the one in the chat if you understand what's going on, if you understand, know what I'm saying, what's been brought out today, man. Because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Bible is a bibliography. Holy means separate. So this is a holy bibliography that you read every day, that you have on your phone, the app that you have on your phone, the KJV, that is a separate bibliography of your genealogy, right? You don't need to go to ancestry.com, whatever website. Know what I'm saying? You have it all right here in this King James 1611 King James book with the Apocrypha added. All right. So with that, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8, and 10, means 10th in the Hebrew ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Uphold the convocation. We have the closing of the that's being held on Monday. It's being held on Monday. We have the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles. All right. That's being held on Monday. All right, October 13th, 2025. All right. And with that, let me make sure I did it. Oh yeah, if a brother attends have aspirations to be a troop in the school, y'all can call the school, which is 757 for ISUPK Virginia, which is 757-550-1204. All right, and they are to come to class dressed in all black boots, hair scarf, pants, shirt. All right, and be ready to start your troopership into this truth. And with that, all right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakatah to the brothers, and Shalom Yahushua B'Shem Yahushua to the sisters. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're